Hello everyone and welcome back to another video by McDonald Bullion, and for today's video we're going to be discussing gold half sovereigns. This is a gold half sovereign that has recently come a few days ago. I purchased this from Cardiff Gold. If you want to buy anything from Cardiff Gold, I'll leave a link in the description, but they sold me this half sovereign. I have another one on the way as well. I've got a sovereign case for them to go into, but are they worth buying with them being fractional pieces and them having a slight premium? We're going to discuss it in today's video. So you've got sovereigns and you've got half sovereigns. This isn't a real sovereign. If you can tell, this is a 1937. This actually came with the case. I'll show you the case shortly because this is a nice little antique case, which I have recently purchased, and it came with a fake sovereign. This is going to be a copper sovereign. If it was a real 1937 Edward VII sovereign, it would be probably worth about £1 million, perhaps even more, but it holds it nicely. This is something that they used back in the day, and it holds half sovereigns and sovereigns in there as well, and it goes about 4 or 5 coins deep, which is nice. It comes with a little spring action, and it's quite a nice little box really to keep sovereigns in. But going past that, are half sovereigns worth buying? Well, half sovereigns currently in the UK are selling for around about £270 at the making of this video. This is what bullion dealers will sell them at. This is around about the purchase price that I purchased this half sovereign. If you're looking at a half sovereign, you're looking between about £260, £270 when it comes to dealers. If you're looking to sell at the current market, it's going to be around about £240 to £250 perhaps. But with the fluctuation between the gold prices, you can expect the price to be differently dependent on when you watch this video. Now, what are the benefits about purchasing half sovereigns? Well, they're going to be cheaper than sovereigns. You can stack more of them if you want. There's not that much of a difference when it comes to the premium. Gold price rushing as much as it has recently, and it being very volatile, with about 2,100 being the new baseline for gold, we can expect half sovereigns in today's market having between a 5 to 10% premium, which is fine. That's to be expected. It's going to be a bit of a higher premium compared to sovereigns, but it all depends on the gold price when you watch this video. The good thing about buying half sovereigns is, main thing for me is it really doesn't take up much space. So if you compare the size of a half sovereign and the diameter and everything with this coin, not only have you got an old coin, this is an 1897 Victorian coin, but you also have a gold value with not much premium. If you compare it to a bar, if you compare it to, let's say, a 1 gram gold bar, 1 gram gold bar, you're pretty much paying around about sort of 20%, give or take, when you purchase it. Now, you're going to half it when it comes to the half sovereign, and even better if you go for the full sovereign, which is going to be, in my opinion, probably a bit better than the half sovereign. But adding on to the size of a half sovereign, if you was to compare it in, let's say, some silver coins, then you're going to be looking at around about £250 worth of silver, give or take, around about 10 silver coins at current price being £25 per ounce of silver. Now, that's a lot more space handling the silver coins, whereas you can pretty much just have it in a small gold coin, a small half sovereign, which is around about £250 give or take currently. So that's a good thing about these. They're also CGT exempt alongside the Britannias because they're considered as legal tender. Sovereigns and Britannias, whether they be silver or gold, are CGT exempt. So if you have a lot of gold, for example, and you have a lot invested in it, then these can be a really nice addition to one's stack or collection because they come under that threshold of being CGT exempt, which is a really nice feature. And also, I find as well, when it comes to the half sovereigns and the sovereigns, is the sovereigns will, of course, always have a lower premium. The bigger gold you buy, the lower premium you're going to pay on your gold. However, the premium compared to a half sovereign and a sovereign is really not that much. For me, when it comes to the grade, I'm not so worried about the grade. It's nice to have a nice graded sovereign because they're nicer to look at, I suppose, but ultimately these can just be a good savings. Gold has risen over 30% in the last year, and it has proved to be a wealth preservation device. This is something to save and protect against sort of the inflation that occurs. Of course, year on year, the inflation that affects cash can unfortunately eat away at people's savings, whereas gold, it has been something to keep stowed away alongside silver as well. But gold, in my opinion, is just going to be a little bit better. But Half sovereigns, they are worth buying in my opinion. I think they're really nice coins. If I'm comparing it, let's say I know this is going to be a fake sovereign. This is actually thicker and I keep it because it's nice to see a fake sovereign when you get a real sovereign, because you can compare the difference, and also I can make some videos out of it as well. But this is going to be a fake one. This is a real one. You can see, although this is thicker because it's made of copper, it's actually the right size of it as well. So if I was to compare the two, you can see the difference when it comes to size. It's actually not that much different. Even though it's got half the amount a real sovereign has, it's still a nice size coin. I'd actually say it's probably around about the size of a sixpence. So if you have any sixpences, if you have any sterling silver versions of them, I'd say it's probably around about the same size. And if you want to compare it, let's say, to a silver coin, then there you go. You can see that. But guys, when it comes to fractional gold, half sovereigns are really nice to own. I think if you are in the market for gold, then of course fractional, you're going to probably look at 1 gram gold bars, but the premiums on 1 gram gold bars can be a lot. There's a lot of premium to half sovereigns as well, but it's going to be half the amount of what you'd be paying on a 1 gram gold bar. And for the sake of perhaps about £150 more, it might be a better buy. It depends on what you're stacking for, because ultimately gold goes up over time, and it has gone up over the 30% in the last year. So it may not matter to you, but half sovereigns are a nice buy. If you can get sovereigns, even better. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.